Aren't you just the sweetest boy? Yes, you are.
The morning air hung still and silver as Officer Elena Reyes guided her cruiser along the winding forest road, tires whispering over damp gravel. Mist curled around the pines like ghostly fingers, and the world felt suspended in quiet reverence, until a flicker in her rearview mirror shattered the peace. There, kicking up dust in desperate pursuit, was a small Belgian Malinois puppy, its coat matted with mud, one ear torn, eyes wide with something far deeper than hunger. It wasn't wandering, it was chasing her with urgent, trembling purpose. She slowed, expecting it to veer off, but the moment she stopped, the pup sprinted straight to her door, barking not in fear, but in frantic plea. It pawed at her boot, then turned toward the woods, glancing back as if time were running out. This wasn't a stray looking for scraps. It was a messenger, and what it led her to would haunt her forever. If your heart's racing already, smash that like button. Subscribe so you never miss a story that restores your faith in humanity. And tell me, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your country below. I read every single one. Elena Reyes had requested this remote patrol route for one reason: silence. 3 months after her younger sister Sophia was killed in a hit-and-run she couldn't prevent, the noise of the city felt like shards of glass in her chest. Out here, among the ancient cedars and winding creeks of Cedar Ridge, grief could breathe without suffocating her. At 32, she'd traded flashing lights and midnight chases for misty dawns and empty roads. She didn't mind the solitude, it felt like penance. Her cruiser rolled gently, coffee steaming in the cup holder, radio silent except for the occasional static hum. She exhaled, adjusting her cap, letting the rhythm of the forest lull her into a fragile calm. But peace, she'd learned, is often the quiet before the storm. And today, the storm had 4 paws and a heartbeat racing against time. The puppy stood no higher than her knee, ribs visible beneath its thin fur, yet its gaze held a startling clarity. It didn't flinch when she knelt. Instead, it locked eyes with her, as if recognizing something in her, the same hollow ache it carried. "Hey there," Elena murmured, hand outstretched. The pup sniffed once, then barked sharply and bolted toward the tree line. It stopped 10 feet in, turned and waited. Not begging, commanding. Elena's pulse quickened. She scanned the road. No houses, no tracks, no sign of an owner. Just endless woods and that insistent, soulful stare.
She keyed her radio.
"Dispatch, this is Unit 9. I've got a distressed juvenile canine exhibiting unusual behavior. Possibly signaling an emergency." Static crackled back. No signal. She looked at the pup, who whined and tugged at her pant leg. Something inside her, part officer, part sister who'd failed, whispered, "Follow him." The forest swallowed them whole the moment they stepped off the road. Sunlight fractured through the canopy in trembling gold shards, illuminating moss and fallen bark. Every footfall echoed. The puppy, lean, swift, driven, darted ahead, pausing only to ensure she followed. Elena moved carefully, hand near her sidearm, senses sharp. This wasn't random wandering. The pup moved with precision, nose to the ground, ears alert. Then she saw it. A child's blue mitten snagged on a thorn bush. Her breath hitched. Further on, drag marks scored the mud. Too wide for an animal, too uneven for a deer. Her mind flashed to Sophia, to the screech of tires, to the helplessness that still woke her at night. "Not again," she whispered. The puppy barked, urgent, almost pained, and plunged deeper into the thicket. Elena ran after him, boots slipping on wet roots, heart hammering against her ribs. They broke into a small clearing where the air grew still, unnaturally so. An overturned red wagon lay on its side, one wheel bent, handle snapped. Beside it, a faded yellow blanket, half buried under leaves. Elena froze. Then, a sound so faint she thought she imagined it. A cry, human, fragile, desperate. She dropped to her knees, clawing at the soil beside the blanket. The puppy dug beside her, whining, paws flying. Dirt gave way to fabric, then to skin. A tiny hand, blue-tinged, curled weakly. "Oh, God," Elena gasped, tears blurring her vision. She uncovered a baby girl, no older than 4 months, wrapped in plastic and leaves, lips pale, breath shallow, but alive. Trembling, Elena lifted her, cradling the fragile body against her chest. The puppy pressed close, licking the infant's cheek with heartbreaking gentleness. "You're safe now," Elena sobbed, voice breaking. "I've got you." Back on the trail, Elena's radio finally crackled to life. "Dispatch, this is Reyes. I have a live infant, critical condition, hypothermic, dehydrated. Need EMS at Route 12, Cedar Fork Junction, now." A voice responded, "Copy, Unit 9, help is en route." Relief flooded her, but she didn't stop moving. She wrapped the baby in her jacket, humming a lullaby Sophia used to love, rocking gently as they hurried toward the road. The puppy stayed glued to her heels, barking encouragement. At the ambulance, paramedics took the child with practiced urgency. "She's fighting," one said, meeting Elena's tear-streaked eyes. Hours later, at Cedar Ridge General, nurses named the baby Lily, stable, breathing on her own. And the puppy? He refused to leave her crib, lying guard like a silent vow. Detective Mara Chen arrived the next morning, notepad in hand. "No missing persons match," she said gently. "No vehicle reported. It's like they vanished." Elena shook her head. "He led me to her." He knew. Chen studied the pup, now curled at Lily's feet. Animals don't do that unless they've been trained or loved beyond reason. But the mystery deepened until Elena returned to the woods with Kai, as she'd started calling him. Beyond a thicket of alders, they found it. The crumpled remains of a white pickup wrapped around a cedar trunk. Rain and time had blurred the scene, but inside the cab lay a woman's purse. Elena opened it with trembling hands. A driver's license, Maya Torres, 26, and a photo, Maya smiling, holding baby Lily, Kai at her feet. She'd swerved during the storm, lost control, died trying to shield her daughter, and Kai, he'd stayed with Maya until her last breath, then ran for help. Elena adopted Kai that week. She visited Lily daily, and each time the baby's face lit up at the sight of him. By Lily's first birthday, she crawled straight to Kai, giggling as he nuzzled her palm. Social services, moved by the bond, approved Elena as Lily's foster mother. Now Kai sleeps at the foot of Lily's crib every night, ears twitching at every sigh. Elena watches them from the doorway, Sophia's memory no longer a wound, but a whisper of purpose. She didn't save her sister, but she saved Lily. And Kai? He saved them both. They say heroes wear capes, but sometimes they wear fur. Kai didn't speak a word, but he carried a mother's last wish across miles of wilderness. And in doing so, he gave two broken souls a reason to heal. Never underestimate the quiet ones, the ones who show up when no one else will. If this story moved you, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. And yes, tell me your country in the comments. From Norway to New Zealand, you're why I tell these stories. Sometimes, the smallest paws leave the biggest prints on our hearts.